Have you ever caught yourself thinking that you aren't living your own life? That every single day is a perfectly rehearsed script written by someone else? Society, your parents, your fears, or a mortgage? We are used to thinking that freedom means flying to the edge of the world, quitting your job, or doing whatever you want. But why is it that even sitting on a tropical beach with a coconut in hand, a person can still feel like a prisoner inside their own head? Freedom is not the absence of obligations. Freedom is a state of mind where your internal voice speaks louder than the noise of the entire outside world. But how do you break through the wall of this invisible cage and find your own path? Today, we are going to take this journey step by step. The first step on the path to freedom begins with radical honesty. Look at your life without illusions. What do you face every single day? Financial entrapment, emotional burnout, toxic relationships that drain all your energy, and a constant background anxiety about the future. We stay stuck in jobs we hate because that's just what you do. We tolerate people who undervalue us because we are afraid of ending up alone. The most dangerous problem isn't the problem itself. It's the illusion of helplessness. Psychologists call this learned helplessness, when, after a series of failures, a person stops even trying to change anything, genuinely believing that the bars of their cage are forged from titanium. But the truth is, the door to your cage was never locked. You simply haven't tried pushing it open. How do you begin solving issues that have accumulated over years? You can't defeat chaos in a single day, but you can break it down into simple, manageable pieces. First, split your problems into two buckets: things you can control and things that are out of your hands. The weather, the economy, and other people's opinions are entirely outside your control. Your choices, your reactions, and your actions, that is all you truly own. Second, stop just fighting fires. Eliminate the source. If you are constantly broke, the problem isn't rising prices. It's a lack of financial skills or the fear of changing careers. If you are perpetually burnt out, the issue isn't the workload. It's a lack of personal boundaries. And third, tackle one issue at a time. A tangled life is like a cluttered room. Don't try to clean everything at once. Pull out one box. Solve one specific problem this week, even the smallest one. A win generates dopamine, and dopamine gives you the momentum to keep moving forward. Now for the most important and brutal step of all, taking full responsibility. As long as you blame the government, your parents, your boss, or the economy for your struggles, you surrender your power to them. You are effectively saying, "My life is in their hands." But the moment you tell yourself, "Yes, the situation is terrible, but I alone am responsible for what I do next," in that exact second, you reclaim your power. This is where the most sobering philosophy in history comes to the rescue: Stoicism, and the concept of Memento Mori. Remember that you must die. A human life is a mere blink of an eye. In 80 years, none of us will be here. All your fears, shame, failed attempts, and other people's opinions will simply dissolve into eternity. When you realize that your countdown is already running, you ask yourself, do I really want to spend the rest of this single precious time trying to live up to someone else's expectations? Death is not a terror. Death is the ultimate compass that cuts away everything superficial and leaves only what truly matters. Freedom is not built on a fleeting surge of inspiration or motivation. Motivation is just the spark, but discipline is the engine that drives the train. True freedom is a system of small, daily habits. As Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Your life today is the cumulative result of your daily habits over the past 3 years. Want a different life 3 years from now? Change what you do in the first 2 hours after waking up and the last hour before going to bed. Adopt the rule of 1% improvements. Don't force yourself to run marathons. Start with 5 minutes of stretching. Don't try to read a book a day. Read 5 pages. Declutter your digital space. Remove the unnecessary noise that fills your brain with other people's thoughts. Small, imperceptible actions repeated daily create a compound effect, an avalanche that will completely rewrite your reality. Fear isn't going anywhere. Remember that. You can read hundreds of books and attend dozens of workshops, but before every major step, your heart will still pound like crazy. The difference between a free person and a prisoner isn't the absence of fear, it's their relationship with it. A prisoner listens to fear and freezes. A free person listens to fear, takes it by the hand, and steps forward alongside it. Fear isn't a brick wall, it's a compass. Where your greatest fear lies, whether it's public speaking, starting a business, having an honest conversation, or quitting a soul-crushing job, that is precisely where your greatest personal growth is hidden. You will never know how strong you are until taking a step into the unknown becomes your only option. Do the thing that terrifies you the most and watch the fear evaporate like fog. And when you pass through the struggle, overcome your fears, and take ownership of your destiny, you will arrive at the final destination of this journey, finding your home. Home, in a philosophical sense, is not just 4 walls, a mortgage, or a specific address on a map. Home is a symbol of fundamental internal safety. It is a place or a state of mind where you no longer need to defend yourself, pretend, or prove anything to anyone. It is a space where you genuinely want to stay, where you can be completely vulnerable and entirely authentic. It is your inner circle of people, the quiet within your mind, and the pursuit of what you love. True freedom isn't an endless sprint across the globe searching for something better. True freedom is the ability to build a home within yourself and in your life. Close the door to the chaos and say, I am home. I am where I belong, and I am free. Take the first step right now. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. If this video made you pause and think, leave a comment telling us what first step toward your freedom you are taking today. Subscribe to the channel, and let's walk this path together. See you next time.